Hi there, this is Robert McKinnon and I want to talk about our diploma course in clinical hypnosis and mind coaching. The course is validated by the General Hypnotherapy Standards Council, which basically means two things. First of all, it means that upon successful completion of the course you will be eligible to be a member of the General Hypnotherapy Register, which is probably the largest register for hypnotherapists in the UK. What it also means is you could register with the Complementary and Natural Healthcare Council, which is partly funded by the Department of Health, and this is all part and parcel of the new regulation which came into force in December 2010. Hypnotherapy is now subject to voluntary self-regulation, and the main feature of that is this register, which is recognised by the Department of Health, so you could register as a bona fide hypnotherapist. Before I go into the course contents, I just want to mention a couple of things that I believe separates our course out from the pack, that makes us a little bit unique. Now, there are many dozens of hypnotherapy courses throughout the UK, and some of those courses are very good indeed, with some fantastic trainers. But I like to think there's a couple of things that make us, as I say, a little bit unique. And the first of those things is this: if you were to miss one or part of the weekend training sessions, then that's not necessarily a problem. And let's face it, sometimes things happen. Sometimes we get ill, or there's something that needs urgent attention, something that's important that you have to attend to, which means that you may have to miss part or a whole weekend. That isn't necessarily a problem, because we can still catch up. I'm more than happy to sit down with you on a one-to-one basis and go through at least the most important parts that you might have missed. And likewise, if there's anything that you're struggling with, maybe a homework assignment or something like that, or something you just need a little bit of help with, I'm available. You can talk to me on the telephone, by email, or have a sit down and have a chat about it. And I want you to know that this process continues once you've qualified. Just once you've got your diploma, it doesn't necessarily mean the end of the relationship. If you need advice on helping with a particular client, I'm more than happy to do that. If you want to be part of our peer support group, and I would strongly recommend that you do that, then that would be a very good idea, very beneficial to you. And a peer support group really is just a monthly, sometimes 2 monthly meeting where like-minded people, other therapists, get together, bounce ideas off each other, talk about any difficulties, talk about successes. And so the process continues well beyond you receiving your diploma. The second thing that I like to think makes us a little bit different to the rest is I'm really fascinated, really interested in the latest research that's been done into how the mind works, indeed how the brain works, and also this so-called mind-body connection, how the mind, how our thoughts have immensely powerful influence over our physiology, over our body, and vice versa, how we can actually use our physiology to change our thinking, to change our feelings. And there's been an awful lot of scientific research done in the last 5-10 years, and it's still going on today, looking into this area. And I think it's massively important to understand this so you can use it to your advantage as a therapist, or indeed as a coach. And in fact, a couple of the books on the recommended reading list are two of the best books I've ever read, which are fascinating books looking into this, into these studies, into the scientific research in this very important area. Now, the course itself is split down into 10 modules, and we effectively study one module each month, which basically means that there's one classroom, one weekend of classroom work per month for 10 months. And on each of those classroom weekends, we look at the theoretical aspects. There will be demonstrations and also plenty of opportunity for you to practice amongst each other. And the kind of subjects, the kind of topics we include are quite obviously hypnosis. What is hypnosis? What hypnosis isn't? How to use hypnosis, how to hypnotise other people, and of course getting plenty of opportunity to practice working with other people in the group. We look at how the mind works, particularly how the so-called unconscious mind works, and how the mind conspires against us to cause problems. So understanding how and why people develop phobias, anxiety, panic attacks, why people have low confidence, why some people have low confidence, low self-esteem, why people find it hard to break habits. So the real reasons why people find it hard to lose weight, the real reasons why people find it hard to stop smoking, stop drinking, and so on. We look at the difference between so-called direct and indirect suggestion. And suggestion is, for many, the heart, the core of what hypnotherapy is all about. And knowing what approach to use with which client. And to help you to do that, we look at personality types, helping you to very quickly assess the personality type of your client. A massively important part of the course is looking at so-called regression techniques. If a person has anxiety or a phobia or low self-esteem, for example, there's always a cause, there's always a reason. And regression therapy helps the person to find that reason, that underlying reason, and then using one of various strategies, helping them to remove that problem so they can move forward with much more confidence, much more control in their lives. And we'll be looking at 3, 4, maybe 5 different ways of going about this. And that takes up pretty much 2 modules of the course. You'll also learn how to conduct an initial assessment, an initial consultation with a client in terms of what kind of questions to ask, how to gain that all-important rapport with the client, note-taking, the ethical considerations, etc. We spend the whole module looking at NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and we will look at the theoretical side of that. But more importantly, look at the practical applications and the most effective, most powerful NLP techniques. So you'll learn how to help someone to get rid of a phobia very quickly, very effectively. How to help people to change unwanted habits, get rid of unwanted habits. How to help people to instantly feel more confident, more relaxed, more in control. We look at something called parts therapy or parts integration therapy, which is really to help people to resolve internal conflicts. For example, if someone is trying to lose weight, they've got an internal conflict. There's a part of them that wants them to be slimmer or lighter. There's another part of them that wants to just overeat or comfort eat, or maybe has a sweet tooth. And the idea of parts therapy is to bring those parts together in some kind of resolution. And it's one of my favourite ways of working as a therapist, and it's very powerful, very effective, and also quite enjoyable. I don't like just sitting there just reading from a script to the client. I think it's far more important to engage with the client. So my way of working is very much a two-way, very much an interactive approach, and I'll be teaching you how to do this. We also look briefly at a number of other techniques and strategies, mainly just to give you an idea of what else there is out there. And there might be 1 or 2 things that you decide you want to go and do some further training in those areas. For example, something called symbiodynamics, which is a coaching and therapy model, which is very helpful, very effective. Emotional freedom technique, or EFT, and 1 or 2 other things as well. We also look at how to help people to stop smoking, and this is something we do in depth, almost like a smoking cessation masterclass. How to help people to lose weight, and also how to run stress management presentations, whether it's in the corporate world or to the general public. The mind coaching part of the course is primarily geared at helping you to work with people who just want to perform at the best of their ability. So whether it's people who work in sport or in business or on stage, but even if you're not particularly interested in working in these areas, a lot of the ideas and concepts and strategies that you'll learn can be applied to your normal everyday clients as well. The course ends with how to set up in practice, and more importantly how to market yourself as a therapist. Because if you now you may just want to do our course out of pure interest, maybe for your own benefit, and that's fine. But if you want to do the course with the intention of setting up as a practitioner and maybe doing it on a full-time basis, so in other words being your main source of income, then you've got to be just as good at marketing as you have as a therapist, because otherwise no one will know that you're there. People won't be able to find you. So we do marketing in some considerable depth, and including the most up-to-date, cutting-edge marketing techniques and strategies, but always ethical marketing techniques and strategies. Now, if you like the sound of this and would like more information, maybe you'd like me to send you the prospectus, give me a call on 0115 9871 581, or if you want to contact me by email, send an email to robert@nottinghamcoaching.co.uk. That's robert@nottinghamcoaching, all one word, .co.uk, and hopefully I'll hear from you soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.